Joining me now, certified internist and co-author of the new book, It Doesn't Have to Be Awkward Dealing with Relationships, Consent, and Other Hard to Talk About Relationship Stuff, Dr. Drew Pinsky. So you literally have written the book on this stuff, and these are the relationship conundrums that you have been working on for years. You know, I think about your work in detailing narcissism and narcissistic personality disorder. I look at a couple like this, and it looks like an abusive relationship just in the stuff that we've seen.
Well, every time there's sort of these dramatic stories that end up in the press, in my experience, it always ends in one of two ways. It's either serious mental illness and addiction, or really some sort of sinister problem. Something bad has happened to this person. And as it pertains to mental illness, earlier reporting, there was a police report that came out that where the boyfriend or the fiance said, look, we both suffer from redacted. Yeah. So they both have mental illness, and he also went on to say they're not taking their medication they're supposed to be taking. And I went back on her Instagram, and they've been doing this for 2 years. They're essentially homeless. I wonder how they support themselves. And as you see the years go on, they get more and more thin, more and more gaunt, more and more desperate in some of their sort of presentation. Something bad is going on from a mental health standpoint. That still could be superimposed on something bad happened, either inadvertently or maybe because of some God knows what kind of decompensated state they were in. But this is not, you should not put a romantic gloss on any of this. This is really serious, problematic behavior. And why people didn't intervene sooner is what's concerning to me.
Yeah, and maybe her family tried. You know, maybe her family, they were banging their heads against the wall, trying, pleading with her, don't take off with this guy. You're worth so much more than this. But when people are in the throes of a love-addicted relationship like that, they do not listen. And what did he do? He threatens to abandon her. He gets in the car, threatens to drive away, locks all the doors, and tells her, I'm leaving you here. You know, the thing that she's most afraid of, that he knows is going to get the most emotional reaction. Again,
I have a feeling that psychological processes like that may not be as powerful as the psychiatric problems that are going on. They may both be in some sort of a psychotic state. But you're absolutely right about the parents. And this is one of the really serious problems in the world today, particularly in states like California, where parents are desperate to help their family members. They have resources. They have, you know, sort of a place to put them to help these people with serious mental illness, and you are not allowed to because of the way the laws are structured in most states. You can't, and believe me, when people do finally get help, they're much happier afterwards, and they're angry that somebody couldn't have intervened sooner. And these things are all progressive. That's the other thing that the laws miss, whether it's addiction or bipolar disorder or schizophrenia, these progressive illnesses that if you don't intervene early can end in death.
Yes, and if it didn't end in death, and if we give him the benefit of the doubt, and she did have a psychotic break, and she did leave him, then tell her mom that.
I know.
The fact people know where
I'm
she
with
is.
You. The fact that he is not talking, I agree with your disdain for that. I mean, it is, and can you imagine how the family feels? They probably just want this, I mean, they probably...
they want to go after him, and they can't.
It's awful.
You know, they can't do that because they can't target him and make him even more sociopathic. It's horrible.
He's all lawyered up, right? And so the laws are on his side right now. And God knows it may have been the family desperately trying to dissociate the two, as you said earlier. It could be a love-addicted, entrenched, you know, enmeshed relationship that they've been worried about for a long time. Now, the dad, I hope, talks about it if that's the case, because it'd be an important thing for people to understand about how things can go bad, so maybe other families could intervene if they have a loved one in trouble.
Yes, absolutely. And I hope it ends well. I pray it does.
I hope nothing horrible has happened.
Yes.
Then certainly there's a possibility that something hasn't been terrible, but there's also the probability, a possibility that something awful has happened.
Yeah, the fact that he's not helping her parents makes me hate him. Never mind all the other possibilities. That in and of itself.
It makes me scared.
Yes.
It makes me frightened.
Dr. Drew Pinsky, thank you so much.
Thanks, Kennedy.
Nice to see you.
You as well.
All right.